Yo, B Junior here, Endurance Talk tonight. As I said before in a prior video, I'm going to try and take a hiatus from, or just make a special notion to just kind of not do a whole lot of new comedy videos or movie reviews this week, although you will be seeing some. I've got some preloaded and ready to come out to you soon. Don't worry about it, you won't notice anything. Been doing a little bit of, kind of doing some web surfing the last couple days, just trying to get back in touch with the news. I haven't been watching the news a whole lot lately, just because if I watch it too much, man, it just literally starts to depress me. I don't know why, because I guess because serving in the military and things like that, and two things always usually go through my mind. You know, being an ex-military guy, a lot of times whenever I see things going on with war and things of that nature, I'm always torn. I always want to go, first notion is always, I want to go back in the military, I want to serve my country, I want to do what's right. Then the other part of me is saying, dude, you don't want to go over there right now. War's going on. You know, that goes through every soldier's head. Whether or not they'll tell you that or not is up to them. But a lot of that goes through a lot of guys and gals that serve in the military's head. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point being, I haven't been watching a lot of news, but tonight I wanted to get back on here and kind of look around the news, see what's going on, at least in the entertainment, to kind of tie it in with some research to do movie reviews with in the future. I was searching around here just a few minutes ago, and by the time you get this, it's going to be old news, but Roman Polanski's back in the news here. Okay, we all know the story about Roman Polanski's history. Quick rundown, you know, he did the old classics Chinatown with Jack Nicholson, Rosemary's Baby in 1968. He's done a lot of good films, and he's done a lot of hit and missing too with his films over the last couple of decades, especially after he got self-deported to Paris or France, wherever he's been hiding forever. What way it went down is, I think late 60s, early 70s, the Sharon Tate murders, the famous or infamous murders by the Charlie Manson family or gang, whatever you want to call them. They killed Roman Polanski's wife while he was away, and they found Charles Manson and all that. And well, then later on, Roman Polanski was brought up on statutory rape charges due to having sexual relations with a 13-year-old, and he was like, my God, the man was probably in his late 40s or early 50s. Don't quote me on that, but I'm guessing, because I think the guy is 76 now, is what the news said just by reviewing it here a little while ago. But he's been back in the news about. He was going to go to, I believe, a Zurich film festival, and just all of a sudden, after just wrapping a picture with Pierce Brosnan and I forget who else is in the movie, I can't remember the title. Of course, he's been making movies overseas these last couple of decades. He doesn't come back to the U.S. because he's renounced his citizenship, because he doesn't want to go to trial for the statutory rape charges that happened 31 years ago. Well, he up and decides to go to this Zurich Film Festival in Europe, and my geography is very bad. It's probably Zurich, Switzerland, I believe, is where it's at. He is going to go to this festival. Well, the authorities of Zurich are standing there waiting on him when he goes to the festival and takes him into custody, and they're preparing to extradite him to the United States to be tried for these rape charges that happened 31, 32 years ago. Well, that's the news, really. It's kind of one of those deals with Roman Polanski. I like probably 2, maybe 3 films he's ever done. I do not like his body of work overall. It's one of those deals where you're kind of torn. It's like the Michael Jackson thing we've seen recently. The first thing went through my wife and my mind whenever we were watching the very hours after he passed away. We were sitting there talking about how we were so torn between feeling for him and not feeling for him, because yes, he's just a celebrity. We've never met him. We never would have had a chance to anyway. But we agreed that we liked some of his music, like any kids of that era. Late 70s, early 80s, on into the mid 80s. You just liked some of his music, no matter who you were or where you were at. Some people, most people liked a little bit of his music. And I wholeheartedly admit that. But as time went on, getting into the mid-90s up to the 2000s, with all the scandals and all the stuff that went on, you just kind of get that gut feeling like it's just too much not to believe some of it. And you have to kind of just cut your ties with it. And after that, I never listened to any Michael Jackson stuff again because it just bothered me to listen to it. I don't know why. It just got me in the gut every time. Same thing goes back, getting back to the point with this Roman Polanski thing. I can't help but think it's just an opportune thing to do right after he wraps a picture to try and get some kind of media frenzy going to back a resurgence for his directorship or his movie, to get it back on the map. I don't know why I think that, but it's just my gut talking to me. Maybe I'm just too much of a conspiracy nut. I don't know. But it's kind of like the Michael Jackson thing. I like maybe a couple of his movies, but if I ever met him, I wouldn't want to meet him in person because, I'm sorry, you just don't run off for 30 plus years and just renounce your citizenship and then keep making movies with stars from America, and then it's just a big mess all the way around. And he never had to go to trial for something that allegedly he's done. I don't know for sure if he did or not. Apparently, I don't know if he's ever admitted to it or not, but he will not be tried for it, is what I understand. Interesting subject. It just kind of reminded me a lot of the Michael Jackson thing, where you liked some of his music growing up. It was kind of hard not to because it was the fad then, but then the fad wears off and then real life sets in. It's strange. The older you get, the more you learn about people and the way the world works. Take care, guys.